everybody, it's Dan Devey for thecinemasource.com, and we're here in Anaheim, California at the happiest place on earth. And it ain't Disneyland.
We've spared no expense to bring you this entertainment experience.
So now, I'm not one to ask about rumors or talk about rumors, but are you Batman?
Yeah, I'm Batman. It's not a rumor, it's official.
I'm so glad he said it. As, a voice actor, you don't need to wear the cowl, but do you ever wear the cowl while you're recording just to put yourself in the space?
Honestly, I was really tempted, at least once, to do it. Like, I really wanted to walk in there in a full cape and cowl and just go, I'm ready.
What was it like the first time you saw it? When you saw your character fully realized?
I saw it last night for the first time. I thought he was hot. No. So hot.
Did you thank the artists for like extra cod pieces or, like the really, really tight pants?
Yeah. And I thank them for making me feel fat.
Why so serious?
Because sometimes it's scary. Okay, so I'd like to start out with a very serious question, if I might. A lot of people get tattoos of dragons. It's a real thing. What is the dragon equivalent? Are they getting tattoos of humans? What's their fad?
That's a very good question. Probably not, because we're infinitely weaker than they are. So I just don't see that would be the equivalent of someone getting a dead mouse tattoo or something. No, so the point is, I don't know what they get tattooed. Human blood, that's what they get tattooed on them.
You're right. I love that it's not a mouse. It has to be a dead mouse.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what the equivalent would be in terms of the food chain.
Now, the second movie is coming up. We know there's going to be a third. What's the wrench that gets thrown in there? What can you tease for?
In this one, Hiccup's sort of doing a balancing act that I think a lot of kids do when they get to the end of the close of their teenage years, which is trying to find out who they are, who they want to be, and trying to find a way to balance what they want to be with what their parents expect of them. And that's kind of a lot to do. That's a big theme in this one.
All of that with dragons.
With dragons, yes, that's right. And child soldiers. No, there's no child soldiers. I'm joking. I'm joking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm a total film geek. I mean, I came out here because of old Hollywood. I go back to Buster Keaton, and I used to drive around Hollywood and figuring out where they filmed things. I'm not the ultimate badass. I'm the ultimate geek, and I'm still a geek. And I love coming and talking about this because it's such a love fest. People are here because we're excited, and we've got this movie Edge of Tomorrow, and we're really excited because it's not a sequel, it's not a superhero movie. Those are all great, but it's got some parts we've seen, the time loop of a Groundhog Day. It's got the alien invasions of the end of the world scenario, but you haven't seen this scenario. And with Doug Lyman behind the wheel and Tom Cruise leading a great cast, it's going to be a unique ride. Hey, everybody. Hey, how are you? Hail Hydra.
I was worried about it at first. I thought, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Or, these grown men in skin-tight gray suits with Janet Jackson headsets and dots all over their face. But it's not as hard as you think. It's kind of the saving grace is that, you're not working with just like green screen or something. You get a real actor, and you get Andy Serkis, who's unbelievable. He's so good. So you're looking in his eyes and hearing his voice, and in a way, it's kind of just like working with an actor because it's him.
But is it kind of tough to feign fear from a man in a skin-tight onesie?
To me, that is scary, though. You know what I mean? Loosen that thing. No one needs to be going out like that. Maybe he likes it. I don't know.
So figure technology has advanced to the point where it doesn't need to be quite that tight.
Just stop that. Yeah. It's brave. It's bold. It's bold.
Pay attention, Hollywood.
Yeah, pay attention. I mean, it's bold. And not only is it bold, it's bold when you're in New Orleans and it's like 100 gazillion degrees. They were sweaty and gross.
The technology for motion capture continues to advance and become more and more amazing. I'm curious, how come they can't figure out a way to get the suit to be just a little looser on you? When is that advance coming when it doesn't need to be quite so skin tight?
I would hope that actually that's a good point, and that I think at some point in the future we won't have to wear those lycra pajamas, because of course we have to keep those markers assigned to those individual muscles. But actually there probably won't be in the near future, probably about 2 or 3 years time, we won't probably have head-mounted cameras. We won't need to have dots on our faces. We won't need to have, we'll be able to act in maybe something a little bit more elegant.
My God, there's such freaks at
I want to go a little meta with this, if you don't mind. Is the maze life?
Yeah, man. No, it's literally death, actually, if you want to go that route. It's like the worst place ever. It's like, I don't know how we survive in there. I mean, honestly, it's just the movie should just be called Lucking Out. Because, I mean, literally, like, it changes and like the way and like the world that the maze in Wes's mind, too, the one he created, like, in the book it's insane, but then like when you really see it and how it changes and how extreme it is, it's like an earthquake, and then like boulders and walls and like just crumbling around and changing and moving and then there's monsters in them that'll kill you, grievers. So maze is death.
It's not just like, crazy sci-fi, tornado, disaster. You've got a heart to this story as well. You've got myself and Jeremy who play friends. I bring him into the storm chasing crew and I'm introducing him to a world that he has he knows nothing about. And because of that, we have a bond that gets tested by the tornadoes and like, he's afraid, I'm afraid, but and then you've got Nathan looking for his brother with his dad, and then you've got Pete's character who's all about getting the right shot, getting the tornadoes.
You were mentioning before that you're from Kentucky, so you've had to contend with this before. And now, after learning all that you learned about it, how hard is it for you guys to complain about the weather in LA? When it sprinkles, people forget how to be able to drive and things.
5.1 earthquake, nothing bothered me. I got a little rattled for a second, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we really can't complain.
We had the earthquake out here recently, and that was my first one. I found out that I'm not. No, I didn't. I didn't. I woke up and I went, oh, I'm in an earthquake, and then I went, I guess this is it. Yeah.
Actually, after that, the one that was kind of the rolling one that lasted longer, statistically, far less people are sleeping naked now in LA because of that.
I would do that. I would
totally made that up, but it makes sense, right?
Did you make that?
I wanted to be the guy. I wanted to. Who did the research?
Trailer line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't go to bed.
Don't sleep naked. Yeah.
So probably shouldn't have gone down that rabbit hole, eh?
Oh, I'm not sure what you're talking about. It seems very nice here to me.
Down here this whole time, Mr. Hatter.
Well, we've been here for a while.
I've been asking them for tea all day and they haven't given me any.
Stingy.
I'm sorry. Would you like some tea?
Yes,
well,
I would
Love some tea, thank you. There's no tea in here.
Just take the drugs straight, apparently, is what we do here in Anaheim. The only downside to Wondercon is sometimes the traffic in getting here, so for next year, I found another way to get here. Energize.